Good morning, everybody. I call to order today's December 5th, 2023, 8 a.m. JPS meeting. Can we get a roll call, please?
Chair Evans,
Here.
Member Chaplin, Member Childress, Member Desart, Member Eckhoff, Member Guston, Member Krajewski, Member Ozog, Member Schwarzy, Member Tornatori, Member Yu, Member Zay.
Okay, thank you. And do we have any public comments?
No public comment today.
Okay, great. Thank you. So for my chair remarks, good morning, everybody. And thank you to the final JPS meeting of 2023. I want you to know that our January 2nd, sorry, what's that? Oh. Okay, I'll just proceed. We are not going to be meeting. I canceled the January 2nd, 2024 meeting. So I know Member Zay is very sad about this, and I'll try to make it up to you at some point. Let's see. So we canceled that meeting, and I wanted to thank everybody here in this committee and all the stakeholders for all the hard work we've been able to accomplish in this committee. And special thanks to Sally Carner for doing all this work as our committee secretary and for coordinating all the agenda items and minutes this past year as well. And thank you to Jason Blumenthal for literally knowing everything in the world and keeping me informed. And for Connor McCarthy for keeping us in good legal standing. And while I'm giving thanks, I also want to take a second and once again thank former Chief Judge Popejoy for his leadership over the last 3 years. As we saw in his presentation last week, he was able to shepherd a $19.8 million building project during his tenure, in addition to running all the other operations of his office. We are truly appreciative of the hard work and dedication that you have done, Chief Popejoy, for the 18th Judicial Circuit. And in that same breath, I want to welcome and congratulate Chief Judge Bonnie Wheaton, who was sworn in yesterday as the Chief Judge of the 18th Judicial Circuit. I'm looking forward to working with Chief Judge Wheaton and know that our court is in good hands. And shifting gears a little bit, I would like to take a moment to thank the Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management, Community Services, Animal Services, and the DuPage County Health Department on their coordination with the West Chicago officials regarding the fire that occurred last Thursday. These leaders ensured that the 100 or so individuals who were displaced are now fed, safe, and warm. We truly have amazing individuals here at the county, and we continue to help our fellow residents. So that's truly appreciated. And now turning to items on the agenda and matters of the committee, there are some big ticket items on the agenda before us today. The largest are the new cameras at the county correctional facility, the purchasing of portable scales for weight restriction enforcement, and an extension of the ACDC police dispatching services agreement for 6 months. If individuals have questions regarding these items, the sheriff's office is available to answer them today. And with that, I would accept a motion to approve the Tuesday, November 21st, 2023 committee meeting minutes. Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. And let's see, let's move on to item 6, resolutions. Can I get a motion to approve JPSR 0001 24, approving an extension to a previously entered intergovernmental agreement with the Village of Addison for Police Department Dispatch Services, 6-month extension in the amount of $741,348.67. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Okay, moving on. Can I get an motion to approve FIR 000224, authorization to transfer $1,800,000 in budget to general fund special accounts for fiscal year 2023. Any discussion on that? I forgot to ask for discussion on the first one too. Okay. Okay, we'll go with Member Ozog and then Member Desart.
Can we get a little more detail on this? What exactly is going on?
This is the 1.8 million that was approved by Finance Committee that came out of contingency in the 2023 budget. And this is being utilized for purchase of the cameras that you see later in the agenda.
Thank you, sorry.
Okay,
I
member.
did not mean to make any more nervous. Not that I could.
Member Desart?
Thank you. Yeah, I too wanted more information. This is, in the board packet, it just said to replace security cameras. So $2 million to replace how many cameras? And where are the cameras? In the jail, I assume? How many cameras are there, Eddie? 3 cameras for $2 million?
All right, well, I can't get into exactly how many cameras we're talking, but it's in the 501 building. It'll be all the cameras in the 501 building, plus a couple of additions.
Okay, and my next question is just, in the board packet, it said that the transfers had to take place between December 1st, 2022 and November 30th, 2023. And today is December 5th, 2023. So I'm wondering if we missed the deadline on that. And that's according to the board packet. Thank you so much.
So we're able still to charge back fiscal 2023 because it hasn't been closed yet.
I'm sorry, it has been
It
closed
hasn't
out or
been
it has
closed
not?
yet. No,
Okay.
we still have a couple more months at least for transactions to go through for fiscal 2023. So we're just adding this to it.
Thank you. So why did the board packet say that it had to be done by November 30th, 2023?
We wanted to get it on this agenda.
Okay. It's not clear to me. I feel like I'm on 60 Minutes or something. It's not clear to me why the packet made a special statement that it had to be done by November 30th. And now you're saying it didn't have to be done by November 30th.
It has to be dated by November 30th.
Dated by, okay, it did not
Right.
say that.
And approved, yeah.
It said the transfer had to be made by December or November 30th.
It's language. It still can be done and charged back to fiscal 2023.
Thanks, Jeff.
Member Guston?
Thank you. And I'm assuming the 1.8 million, that's going to incorporate the 2 items of procurement below, which would be the cameras and then also the programming or
Right.
technology that's needed for the cameras. Is that correct?
The first is the authorization to transfer the money into the right
Correct.
accounts. And then the second is the actual purchase
Spent.
order procurement.
Great. Thank you.
Member Zay, and then member Desart.
So Jeff, this is more of a technicality. When we approved the new budget, we did all those transfers before November 30th. This is just basically putting it into next year.
Correct.
Not on an accrual basis, so.
Right,
We're still-
exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Member Desart?
Thank you. I do have one more question. Eddie could not tell us how many cameras this almost $2 million purchase. Can you tell us how many cameras that purchase is?
I don't have that. I don't have.
I'm sorry.
That's a
Well, I'm not asking you where the
No,
cameras are going to
Remember
be
to start,
placed.
that's a good point. So
Thank you.
the reason for it is for security. We don't want individuals to know exactly how many cameras and whatnot. However, maybe the sheriff's office might be willing to talk to you offline about some of the specifics of that, but we don't want to make that public knowledge.
Okay, I think that's, I don't know if it's responsible for us to approve a $1.8 million expenditure without knowing what we're buying with that. And I don't think that it's a security issue to say how many cameras. We're not asking where the cameras are going to be
This might be
placed
better for
exactly.
closed session though, right?
I think you're right, but I can tell you, it's gonna replace pretty much the entire security system in the correctional facility.
Okay, any other questions or comments? Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve FIR 000323, the 24, authorization to transfer $22,500 in budget to general fund special accounts for fiscal year 2023? Any discussion on that? Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Moving on to procurement requisitions. Can I get a motion to approve JPSP 124? Recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Heartland Business Systems for the purchase of a new surveillance camera system for the sheriff's office for the period of December 13th, 2023 through December 12th, 2026 for a contract not to exceed $1,600,852.75. Okay, member you.
I just have a quick question. So if this is the procurement, when are we planning on getting these cameras installed?
Upon approval, we'll go ahead and start the procurement paperwork now. So I would like to have them probably installed in 6 months or so.
I would say that these will be fully installed and operational by the end of 2024. Because obviously you have to keep old systems in place, so it's going to be as slow as you go through there.
Okay, and I have another question, but it's really more related to the second procurement requisition, so I can hold it till then.
Okay, any other discussion on this item? Members Zay.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate it. I thought it was CIA stuff. The first 37 pages were blacked out, but I understand why. But it does give a number of cameras on the last page of how many we're buying and the breakdown of what they are on the last one. So, well, that's a lot. I can't add that high. I gotta take my shoes off, but it's a lot. So I see one license for cameras for 3 years and the number's 425. So it's a lot of cameras.
Members, I am asking that you do not take your shoes off here. Okay, any other discussion? Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Okay, can I get a motion to approve JPSP 224? Recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order issued to Secured State DBA Creative Technologies for the purchase of an analog camera interface system with a RTSP Verkada interface for the sheriff's office for contract total not to exceed $75,000. Okay, member you.
Oh, okay, thank you. So my question with regard to this one is that these are the analog cameras, which is what we currently have. And I know that the switchover is supposed to go to digital cameras.
Right.
And from the list that I saw, it looks like they're both Verkada cameras regardless. So is it the same system? Is it completely new system? Are we doing these analog cameras, the $75,000 for a reason before we move to the next digital phase? I just wanted to get information about
Not
why
being
they're
a
two different
computer
things.
geek at all, I'm gonna tell you, I believe we're going from the analog to the digital, and our new camera system will not work on our current analog system. I think my DC Billy Do is online. If he wants to add to that, he can. He's more of a computer geek than I am.
So I think my question is more along the lines of why are we adding another $75,000 if we're going to be doing 1.6 for these new cameras?
I believe it was the system we had to have to make the new system work.
This is Deputy Chief Billy Do. Under Sheriff Moore is correct. Our current system is analog based. To switch over to this digital base, it's a proprietary software that they're using for these Verkada cameras. And they have to have this switch with this software so that we don't have to replace every single last component. So we're actually going to just convert this from analog to digital.
Okay, so the $75,000 is just for installation, or you're saying the switchover?
It's their service. It's the installation of their service. They're going to bring in new equipment that pertains particularly to this switch so that this whole new camera system will work.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, any other questions or comments? Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Okay, moving on to item 7C, can I get a motion to approve JPSP 324 recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Ray O'Haron Company for the purchase of uniforms for all sworn employees and new hires for the period of December 30th, 2023 through December 29th, 2024 for a contract total not to exceed $358,000. Any questions or comments on this? Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. And moving on, can I get a motion to approve 2460? Recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order issued to Intercomp for the purchase of portable scales for the sheriff's office for a contract total not to exceed $24,470.02. Any discussion on this? Member Guston?
And I don't know if I'm recalling correctly, but was there kind of like an offset also? If we have the scales and somebody gets a ticket, then that ticket dollar would go to the fund to help offset some of these expenses and others.
Yeah, and Under Sheriff Moore, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, but yes, that would be used in the patrol division for traffic enforcement, and the fines and fees that we'd get out of that can go back into the general fund. So I don't want to say it's revenue, but it's a stream, yes.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Moving on to budget transfers, can I get a motion to approve item 2449, transfer of funds from account software to IT equipment in the amount of $3,047 needed to pay for Axon interview equipment? Any discussion on this? Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve item 2450, transfer of funds from salary and wage adjustments to overtime and employee medical and hospital insurance in the amount of $8,836 needed to cover employee medical expenses for fiscal year 2023? Any discussion on this? Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Any old business? Any new business? Okay, can I get a motion to adjourn? Okay, all in favor? Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everybody.